Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A hotel that's been in the CNMI for over 30 years extends their stay. Also tonight, a loss in the community due to COVID. And election for Precinct 3 begins this weekend. In sports, only team left standing, everyone else has fallen. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I got my COVID vaccine. How about you?
আমার আছে কোভিড-19 টিকা আপনার আছে কি?
ได้รับวัคซีนโควิด -19 แล้วนะคะแล้วคุณล่ะคะได้รับวัคซีนหรือยัง
Tapos na po ako magpa-COVID-19 vaccine. Kayo naman po. Tapos na rin ba?
I did it. I did it for you.
Just do it.
Do it for us.
I did it for my friends.
I did it for my family.
I did it for my daughter.
Let's do it together.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, October 8th, 2021. The island's only international brand hotel renews a lease agreement contract with the Department of Public Lands for another 40 years. Island leaders and officials called it a momentous day for the CNMI as the Saipan Portopia Hotel Corporation, better known as the Hyatt Regency Hotel, agreed to renew a 40-year lease contract with the Department of Public Lands.
This just illustrates how the government can have a strong partnership with our private sector, especially a good company like Hyatt, who's been here for 40 years, who wants to continue making that investment here for the next 40 years. So today is a monumental for us here in the CNMI, and I've said again that the renewal of Hyatt will bring more workforce here, will give opportunities for our students, our kids, and the next generation, and I encourage other companies around the nation, around the world, in our neighboring region to come to the CNMI because we do have a good, strong partnership, and we want to encourage renewal as well as new lease.
But we're here today. We're here today because we've finally got it done for the benefit of the people of the Commonwealth and the benefit of Portopia Hyatt Regency segment. Thank you, and we look forward to a very beneficial 40 years of Hyatt Regency.
For me, it's a great opportunity to be a part of it. As I mentioned, I've always played around here, swam in this ocean out here, being a little kid, danced here during my Holomoa years as a dancer, fire knife. And so it's great because, Hyatt is very important through the last 30 years that they've been here. They really contributed to the community.
The lease is actually scheduled to expire this December, but as early as May, DPL granted Hyatt a new 40-year lease agreement. DPL Secretary Sixto Igasomar tells us more about the rental rate.
The rental rate is about 0.5% base rent, the value of the appraised value of the properties, which is about $50 million plus or minus. So that's based off an appraised report. So that's 0.5% for the first 5 years, and thereafter the next 5 years sets up to the 8 sets of 5 years is 1%, plus a percentage of their BGR, A as in 1%. So that will be the payment schedules with Protopia, and of course will make a deposit, and the DP will be receiving that.
The contract also includes a public benefits section where Hyatt will donate $500,000 for homestead infrastructure, $5,000 a year for scholarships to students of Northern Marianas descent, and $100,000 to the DCCA, Indigenous Affairs, and Carolinian Affairs Office for the promotion of arts and culture. The hotel's general manager, Nick Nishikawa, states that negotiations actually began 2 years ago. There was a lot of back and forth conversations, especially since the pandemic had a big impact on fees. And although business is not doing so well right now, they pushed to extend their businesses in the CNMI.
We are losing money, yeah. But our owner said, please open, stay open, yeah, for the people, for the guests.
Currently, Hyatt has a little over 100 employees on board. Restaurants and rooms are open to the public. The Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation and the Governor's COVID-19 Task Force announces the third COVID-related death in the CNMI. It's been over a year since the pandemic, and the CNMI is fortunate enough to have a low fatality rate due to COVID. But this month, the CNMI saw its third death. Health officials state that the patient was a vaccinated male and a CNMI resident who had underlying medical conditions. The patient returned to the CNMI back in August and was tested positive for the virus through travel screening. While in quarantine, the patient was admitted to the hospital, and when the patient recovered and met the standards of discharge, he was released in the early days of September. Shortly after, the patient was readmitted due to complications related to COVID-19 pneumonia. CHCC CEO Esther Muñez says vaccination is still the key to protection.
Again, our hearts go out to the families, and this is really just one of those things that we often continue to send the message out to everyone. Vaccinations are still the key to protection. We are seeing 87% of adults that have initiated their first shot. We want to see an increase in numbers, of course. We always talk about herd immunity, but really the issue here is to try to minimize infection and death within the community. So we're urging everyone, and if you know someone that has not been vaccinated, please continue to urge them and help them get to the vaccination site and get vaccinated.
Governor Torres also encourages those who are not vaccinated to join the fight in protecting the community.
Anytime that there's death in the CNMI is a time for the whole community to grieve. And this is no different. We do have one that has been identified as a COVID patient, and that it is a Delta variant. So again, to the community, it just shows that, we do need to continue being vigilant, and we need to continue doing the protections and out in the community, and especially those that have not been vaccinated. Please get vaccinated, because it does matter on how we are here in the community.
In related news, 4 more individuals have been confirmed for COVID-19. The individuals were tested positive upon arrival and through 5th-day testing yesterday, October 7. The individuals have been quarantined and are actively monitored. CHCC has already initiated contact tracing for the most immediate contacts. Currently, there is no active hospitalization. This brings the CNMI total to 227 cases since March of 2020. The goal is to be paperless. Finance Chief gives an update on the rollout of a new financial management system for the CNMI. The Department of Finance has begun its implementation of a new system that will have fiscal transparency, effective and efficient processes, and getting things done quick.
We're transforming into an e-gov solution. A lot of things this in the 21st century, technology is key.
It's called Munis, a software provided by Tyler Technologies. It was implemented on October 1st, and officials are still getting the hang of it.
Challenge we're having is the new system must have vendors enter their data, their vendor information into the new system. This is done through a vendor self-service portal. Like I mentioned last Friday, we sent out emails to all the vendors that we have emails for. We've sent out hard copy letters in the mail, snail mail, to all the vendors to go into our financial management system portal and update their vendor information, or else they will not be able to get paid or to do business with the government.
Atelix says they expect to process payments faster with vendors with this system. We'll have more on this story Monday. It's called the Multi-Purpose Center for good reason. Earlier this week, it was being used for shots. Tomorrow, it will be used for votes.
Up until yesterday, vaccinations for COVID-19 were being administered at the Susupi Multi-Purpose Center. That has changed. Center has gone through a transition this week, and starting tomorrow at 8 a.m., it will be the place for early voting for the Precinct 3 special election between Karina Magofna and Grace Pitu. Vaccinations have moved down the street and will be administered here, just next to the Mount Carmel Cathedral. Vaccinations are available Monday through Saturday. It's closed on Sundays, and they are expected to be here until the 18th of October.
Coming up, we interview the new Chief of Staff for the CNMI's Governor's Office. Stay tuned.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. 37 new DFEMS cadets got certified as mental health aides. CHCC Community Guidance Center certified 37 DFEMS cadets in youth mental health first aid and shared a presentation on stress management. These cadets are from the 14th cycle of the Fire Academy. They learned about the different types of stress, controlling their reactions to stress, coping skills, and also strategies on how to increase the resilience towards stress. This mental health first aid training is the 12th training for this calendar year. Over 1,000 individuals from Guam, Palau, and the CNMI have been certified by CGC. The former Guam senator and newly named chief of staff for the CNMI Office of the Governor is no stranger to the CNMI. William Castro, a former lawmaker from Guam and now Chief of Staff for the CNMI Office of the Governor. Castro says he accepted the opportunity to serve the Commonwealth after hearing what Governor Torres has in store.
He conveyed to me a tremendous vision that he has for the Commonwealth, and I was in awe. I took the call on Guam in my home office, and I was in shock. And to this day, I feel like this is surreal. It's like I can't even grasp the magnitude of what's in front of the people of the Commonwealth. This vision that he's going to be imparting and rolling out and articulating with stakeholders to include the policymakers in the legislature is really the opportunity of a lifetime to chart your own course.
Castro reveals that the governor's vision includes economic development and sustainability.
I've come from a place, as you all know, just south of the CNMI, and we have two pillars of that economy, and we see what drives this economy. And from experience, you could speak certainly to this, Sally, better than I could here. From experience, you want to build a diverse economy that's resilient.
Resiliency was another factor that pulled Castro in. He says the administration's ability to work under stress has a proven record.
This Commonwealth has set the standard throughout the nation. That's not a secret. It's not something on Guam we're ashamed of. It's something we fully embrace, that Ralph de Leon Torres really set the bar when it came to dealing with the pandemic. Just open the papers and look at it. And so with that kind of a track record, a progressive track record, this is an opportunity for me to be a part of that. You folks are writing a new chapter of your history, and I look forward to being a small part of that.
Castro was also a part of the establishment of the Marianas Working Group between the Governor's Office of Guam and the CNMI.
I really believe then and now that the opportunity for a golden era of the Marianas rests with our ability to work together. And so we created the Marianas Working Group, not by legislation. And as you folks know, and as you're going to come to see, a lot of things can come to life, can be made manifest if the political will is there. And in this case, it was Governor Torres and then Governor Calvo.
There are also a few pieces of legislation from the former senator that benefited the people of the CNMI and focused on the preservation of the Chamorro people. The governor, Representative Sheila Babauta, and Representative Angel Damapan has also supported the appointment of Will Castro as the new Chief of Staff for the CNMI Office of the Governor.
Thank you. Coming up, a salute to perfection. No, not me. Them. Hip hip hooray. Sports is next.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goats Gym, and today we're going to show you a Bulgarian split squat, a fantastic lower body exercise that should be a main staple in your training. Now the first thing we want to address is the rear foot placement. Now whether it's toes on or toes off, just find what's comfortable for you. The bigger issue we want to tackle is the height of the box or bench. You see, when you set up on a box or a bench that's too high, that inherently puts an aggressive stretch on the front of your hip. Oftentimes, that sensation will take away from the working leg, the leg that's on the floor. And when you start to add load in this faulty position, you're bound to run into some problems, particularly if you got some mobility restrictions. So Jamila's gonna set up. She's gonna descend with control, and from there, just stand tall.
Yahuye COVID-19 vaccine. Ngayon.
I got my COVID-19 shot. How about you?
我们已接种新冠疫苗，你呢？
I did it for you, for the safety of the community and the public.
I did it for my family. I did it for my friends.
Just do it. Let's do it together.
You are everything that matters to me, and I promise to do whatever it takes to keep you healthy, to be comfortable, and to be free. I love you. As long as we're together, I'll always make sure that home will always be our best place to breathe.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live. Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, big game. Check that, huge game yesterday in the MHS gym, a battle of the unbeatens, the clash of the titans, the showdown in Shushupi. GCA students making the road trip to support their team in the MHS gym. GCA 1, Hyjin Elliott at the net with the killer shot point for the Lady Eagles. Soleil Lamar serves to the MHS students. This time the Lady Dolphins serve the ball, 2 bumps and a smash. That's called getting the students involved. Kana Dill serving. MHS 1 handles that all right, but a net violation costs them the point. The MHS student body sat stunned. The Lady Dolphins started early in that first set before regaining their footing, making it close 19-25, but also dropped the second set, leaving GCA 1 as the last unblemished team. We continue our focus on Student Athlete of the Week, and this week it's a 2-sport star. You only live once, but you get to serve twice. Young Star Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation. Hyjin Elliott is one of the island's top teenage tennis players. The 11th grader is working now to achieve her goal for next summer.
I train 3 days a week.
What's your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to try and get on the team for the micro games next year.
Hyjin's been on the North Pacific junior tennis team, making 3 trips to Fiji for tournaments and advanced training.
It's really fun. Like, you get to travel by yourself, without your parents. So you get to manage your own money. So you get to learn from these things.
She's a hard hitter in tennis and also a smash mouth volleyball player on an undefeated team defending last year's championship.
But GCA, we're probably known as the volleyball school because we do practices on Tuesday and Thursdays and sometimes Saturdays and sometimes Fridays, so it's a lot of practices, so that way we get to learn a lot and then we get to improve. So
Ajin says she got off to an early start with her sports career.
I first started playing like beach volleyball with my dad's friends, and so once I got into GCA, I wanted to try out for that volleyball team. And so once the chance came up in 6th grade, I joined with my friends.
It's in tennis where she has her greatest potential. She hopes to follow other NMI tennis players such as Carol Lee and Isabel Harris.
I was thinking about trying to get college tennis going, so I'm aiming for that as well.
Young Star Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation. This week's top plays of the week may only be 2, but one could argue that they are unbeatable. Coming in at number 2, it's Adrian Elliott powering GCA 1 and overpowering everyone else, undefeated with 1 week to go. Lady Eagles top team number 2. Coming in number 1, it's the NMI U18 national soccer team blitzing every other team en route to a 10-0 record. Kotaro Goto and his teams outscoring their opponents 41-4, giving Coach Mita the M-League Summer Championship top team of the week. Heck, top team of the summer.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Marianas Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Marianas Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com. One of the best things you can do during the pandemic is to get yourself healthy and strong. Gold's Gym is a great place for a tune-up. Wide open workout spaces with dedicated cardio, free weights and machines, personal training, group exercise, and good nutrition. Short-term daytime promo on sale now, just $159 for 3 months. Call 233-4000.
Our weather report, today's high only 80, the low 77, 94% humidity. Tomorrow mostly cloudy. We got rain showers here and there and everywhere. Southeast winds 5 to 10, high 85, low 78, seas 5 to 7 feet. Sunrise 7 past 6, high tide in the morning, a low tide in the afternoon. Sunset at 6 straight up. That is your news, sports, and weather. The week is over. The weekend's just beginning. In fact, it's official. It begins right now. Have a great one, safe one. See you back here Monday. Thank you for watching.